Hello, people, and welcome to watch the Carcassonne Champions League qualifiers. So, the pre-season of the 2026 edition of the CCL 2026. Uh, give me a second. Okay. Now, the qualifiers have basically started last week. They started off with the first week of qualifier 3 for the other competition winners, and this week um, everyone everyone else also started their own qualifier brackets. The qualifier 1 and 2, which are mainly for the mainly for the online national champions of different countries. And then we have the Q3. Let's actually have you look at some of the graphical stuff of that. So the Q3. This is actually really okay. Well, whatever. We go with this. Q3 is for the other competition winners, and then we have the Q1 and Q2 divided into a total of 9 groups with 8 players in each one, and these are all double elimination brackets, same in every qualifiers here. Here we go. um, but now, of course, Q1, which will be between Marian Curcan, so the 2019 world champion, and one of the two magnificent Curcan brothers, and he'll be fighting against Erick Matheus, who is the 2025 and also I think 2022 Brazilian national champion, whom I had the pleasure of meeting. Unfortunately, didn't my Portuguese was not definitely not on the level that I could actually speak to the guy, but we are trying to educate ourselves to maybe one year be able to exchange some words with Theus as well, because I would love to. Now, these players do have a bit of history. They have about a bit less than 30 matches or 30 games played between each other. And the win percentage was very close to 50-50. It was like one game or one win more to either or. So like 13 wins for the other and 14 for the other. But they have not played in, actually in over a year. Their last game was, if I do remember correctly, on 23rd of October in 2024. So maybe they have, forgotten about each other. Maybe not. But in any case, Theus is a master for sure. Has reached the 750 mark even, I guess. I think, and Marian, I mean, I would, I mean, I definitely do want to say that he is for sure a master, but just so that, because I want to be absolutely certain, I will check that, but I would be super surprised if he has not gotten past 700, and absolutely he has for many occasions. I knew I forgot about something. I forgot about my drawing tools. Once upon a time, there was a streamer who did not forget things in every single stream he did. But now we have a V2 of myself. So this is gonna be a best of 3, as all qualifier matches are. I think even the finals in every bracket are best of 3, so no like huge no huge deals there. What is that? Um, Wait, what? Why? What? I'm confused. I don't think this is the interface I should be seeing, but I mean, Theus is online and Mars is doing something. Wait, he's playing, but it takes me here, which is super confused. I have no idea what's going on in here. Welcome, Napalm. Nice to see you here with a very short notice. Yeah. Um, um, the current and incoming streams of the CCL are going to be made very much on a short notice, except for maybe some weekend streams. Just because my own schedule is not as flexible as it used to be, so I won't have anywhere near as much time as I used to have in the in the good old past to cover basically every match ever made. But we will try to cover as much as we can and to bring the content on the channel. Okay, Erick is the starting player and grabs the first city, which is immediately responded by a Marian with a city cap and attack. And I mean, we only have, really one move here to do, which is to start a new city facing to the left and to the bottom and being unrestricted. I guess if you be like really, really feisty and searching for searching for like absolute greed value, then I guess you could go pointing to the right. But I would never suggest that move to anyone. And Theos actually has to be kind of careful because actually what Marian could do is given Theus is the starting player, Marian could have actually gone even over here to try and force a discard of a regular monastery. Not that it's like a very high chance of being successful, but it would be fun. It would be content. But for sure, generally, I would not advise too many games to yeah I wouldn't advise anyone to try and force discards in too many games unless like your game is like really dependent on like a particular discard or if there is just like a really good position to do so. A new city for Marian. Theus continues with the Doritos, and Theus isn't really getting the greatest of tiles. I guess you could go here to try and get a harassing square onto the city. Starting a new road is really bad actually like here because then what Marian is gonna do is he's gonna grab a city cap, attack the city with a second meeple, and just simply run away with a 10 or a 12 point city, which is never a good thing to see, especially in the beginning because the whole board is like so dry and there's no points anywhere to be seen. yeah, it's really difficult to extract like almost any value out of this. Honestly, I would just go here, just just to create a little bit of pressure. Yeah, Theus absolutely wants to get his meeples into action, but this is not what I would recommend. I can't really say that this is a good move at all. Like, yeah, you are getting a 2-point row, but like you are endangering the city, the shared city, to a really, really easy double attack from your opponent. And of course, yellow is going to be the more likelier player to get the attack going because he will be the next in turn. Now, Theus has gotten somewhat fortunate that Mars wasn't able to attack, but Theus also needed the attacking tile elsewhere to finish his own city, so he isn't actually able to attack the city by himself either. Although maybe it wouldn't actually be that bad to just like neglect this city for one turn and just go here and to really kind of force yourself the the uh, uh, the attack going and get yourself very useful turns with a triple city and with SD cap. And even if this square gets blocked or just restricted, harassed, attacked, whatever, that is also going to be a bit of a nuisance for the city of yellow here. So it wouldn't be all bad. And there are all three, daggers remaining. Just, like 11 city caps with a field anyways, just in general. So attacking here, I might have actually just done it. Marian is the first one on the field, a 6-pointer, and looking to increase the size of the field to 9 points, sorry, by finishing this and finishing the sloop. But first of all, we now have the ability to attack the shared city. And Theus is responding with a stacked monastery. And I mean, actually, the meeple distribution, shall I say, of Theus isn't really that great. Like you see, he has 2 monasteries, he has 1 road, 2 roads, 3 roads, 4 roads, of which none are more than 2 points. Like, it's really bad distribution, and he can do basically absolutely nothing with any of the city tiles that he is getting. And this is going to allow Mars to grab a Field Dorito, grab a Triple City, and take the upper hand on the shared city, which is obvious, well, of course, which is no longer shared. Oh, do you go over here for extra greed? Extra greed. Take 4 points and allow yourself to finish the city with a Dorito. No, he decides not to, which, I cannot blame him for. Like, this would have been like kind of too adventurous of a move. Like, it's 4 points, and there are still plenty of Doritos remaining in the deck. There are 5 Doritos, plenty of triple cities, but like just finishing up um, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like a 20-point city, and starting a new one is something that almost never can be judged in a negative way, at least. Theus does get a crossroad, gets to finish one of his roads, which, yeah, he's gonna need a lot more crossroads. gonna need a crossroad here, crossroad maybe even here to get this guy like or to seal the yellow farmer to 6 points, and maybe this field grows to more than that. But you know, obviously from all of those spots, this is the least important, of course, because it shares the meeples. And we are absolutely going here right now and directing the vacant road end towards, you know, towards north, so that it will not be any use to Mars at any point. Well, almost at any point. Eight points in the lead with the scoreboard is Marian. Basically equal monasteries, equal road, another 2-point road, so plus 10. And then, well, I'm gonna say actually just, you know, equal fields for now, because like it's really just almost an inexistent difference. Theus foregoing actually 4 points or the finishing of his city in order to delay the completion of the potential 8-pointer of Marian. And the city was restricted into 1, 2, 3. How many tiles were there remaining? Like one starting tile. Well, actually, I mean 3 city caps, 1 starting tile and 2 daggers. So I reckon it was worth it. And Zeus is now having a meeple advantage of 3-1, with the expense of Mariana dropping a 6-point farmer, trying to equalize this field right here, trying to keep it from growing. And this is a move which I do not quite understand from Marian. I mean, I don't really see it bringing him all that much use. I mean, it gives 1 point to the monastery, but like that's about it. Whereas I think it would have been more useful for him to maybe just go over here, you know, get a people back to his own hand, and as well as to reds, but to, you know, to go for the field share and to actually create a large field as a whole. Though I think Marian was a bit afraid of the meeple advantage of Theus. Like if every field connects into each other, then maybe I don't know. Maybe Theus goes over here, connects, then has 9-pointer with some empty city caps. Maybe I don't know, blocks this connection, or maybe even drops like a third farmer here or something. I don't know. The meeple advantage surely played a big part in Marian's decision. But now we'll see how big of a part does it play when it is Marian who has the meeple advantage, as Zeus has meepled a 9-point field, which is nice and all. Has a 7-point monastery now, and has, well, all of this stuff here equalized. So now, do we go here or do we just go here? Honestly, I think we just continue our field because of the meeple advantage. Like, this guy is never joining to the large, possibly shared field apocalypse. But Mars decides otherwise. Wants to, well, actually takes a 1-point move, getting 4 points for the city over here, but joining the 3-point farmer of Theus into the 6-point field of Marian. And well, the plan of Marian is going to be quite simple. It's going to be going over here with a curve. It's going to be trying to unify all the farmers, and then using his meeple advantage over here, he's going to try and drop one more farmer somewhere, maybe over here, trying to connect through like a curve, or maybe like a field tile over here, because it loops all the way around, or just going over here, trying to go for the classic super majority of 3-to-1 meeples, and he now executes his plan, which is looking rather uncomfy from the perspective of Theus. This farmer of Theus is like, it's understandable, because like the field is now big, like it's 50, sorry, it's 18 points plus empty city caps, but like this farmer is so easily equalized. Like Mars can just go over here and either equalize or block it, just depending on the tiles that are remaining. So let's try and see which one would be more beneficial for Mars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, there are no regular curves remaining. There are no road monasteries remaining, so this right here would be actually a full block of this meeple right here. And I don't believe there are even city caps then to fit into this square. There are no starting tiles, there are no city crossroads, and there are no daggers. So this is a full block, which is gonna be really painful for Theus, who is currently 6 points behind on the scoreboard. He's losing an 18-point field by 15 points basically. We have equal stuff over here, which is not going to be helping in any way for Theus. He does go for the attack on the field from 2 directions now, and there is still a regular monastery remaining. No, there isn't. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. There are no monasteries remaining. Wait, what? So what is there remaining then? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there is a vanilla. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 1 vanilla to fit over here, and maybe 2 dividers to fit over here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. There are no tube dividers. There's 1 singular tile that will allow the connection onto this field for Theus. But given all the other options, which probably don't even exist, then going for this is gonna be just fine, and he should be going. Oh no. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, kinda okay, but yeah, he's gonna get blocked, which is why I think it was gonna be better if Theus just goes over here and just like ensures that the vanilla is possible to be placed here. Oh my lord! Mars is gonna be trying to actually insert pain onto himself. And he's still leaving the connection possibility via the vanilla to Theus. This vanilla still goes over here. It still connects the meeple to the field. This block of the additional monastery, I don't think is worth it, like, compared to what you could do. Like, just go here and ensure the block. Well, now surely Mars is gonna go over here. Or it might also be the case that he hasn't even registered that Theus can actually go over here with the vanilla and connect. Because this to me seems like he might have missed it on the first go, and he does get bailed out with a blocking tower, which he now uses to destroy the chances of Erick and takes away the final connection square. But you see, like from the perspective of Theus, honestly, I think it was going to be better to first secure the platform of connection and only then bother doing anything over here. Yeah, and only after bother taking away this like um, continuation connection attempt from Marian. Like if you're Theus and you know that your chances are slim already, then just secure your one outer first and only then worry about the rest of the stuff. But he did the other way around, and unfortunately it was not the correct approach. Though it does seem. Wait, does it actually seem? Because this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 points. So plus 18 for Theus would put him at 107. But then, like a Dorito is going to be used over here for 2 additional points for Marian. So I guess there was no win there achievable anyways. But gotta still hail the attempt of Theus of going for at least a 50-50, which was the chance that he was given, and he took it. About this one, I'm not so sure actually. There seemed to have been really low amount of tiles that he would not get blocked with, but it's still a chance, even though it's slim. So sure. 1-0 for Marian. And the second game is on its way. Oh yeah, reminder that these players are playing by using a PGA tournament, so 15 minutes for both players and random starting player, which is the reason why you now see Theus again starting even the second game. So unfortunate, a bit unfortunate stuff for Marian, but as we saw in the first game, it does definitely not seem to slow him down. And looks like we are immediately heading into a ruin fight, which is not the most pleasant stuff to be playing with, but it's certainly pleasant stuff to watch. Because like in most cases, it's gonna usually mean a lot of like blocking moves and a lot of tension. And honestly, I just assume that Marian is just gonna go here. He's gonna save some stuff and maybe even get a divider over here, get a horse over here, a Dorito over here, and just run away with this entire thing here. Theus grabs a road, not from the spot which I would perhaps suggest. I think going over here is a bit better. Or actually, he could have also done something like something like this maybe, to try and anticipate the triple city to come for Marian and get some compensation for that. But yeah, the reason why it's a bit better to start the road like this is because it's going to be it's going to not allow your opponent a nice monastery spot controlling both ends of the road, which are still open. So if you go here, your opponent can like go with the monastery maybe over here, control one of the ends, but not both, which is significantly easier time for your road. And Theus goes for a 6-point monastery, but I think it would have been better for him to actually just sack some points and just go here. And this is also what I have taken like a note of from games of Alexei most recently. Like he has definitely started valuing more blocking over scoring, especially if you like if you can make these one tile blocking moves which are certain, then it's gonna be more valuable than getting an uncertainty of a completed monastery. Like if you go here with the royal monastery, you block this square, maybe then you get a divider over here, you save your own city and block 2 meeples of yellow at the same time. Something that Marian should definitely be worried about, but not anymore, as Marian is going to be having a rather nice time. Actually, he's going to be trying to go for a divider himself over here, I guess, and try to get one of the 2 remaining horses and run away with a larger city part than his opponent. Zeus does, of course, have to invest another meeple onto this structure, even though there is only one regular like field Dorito remaining. But just in case Marian draws that, it's going to be important for Theus to have a secondary meeple to equalize everything with. Also, of course, it's totally possible that Mars that does not draw either one of these triple cities, and then Erick gets the divider, still gets to sail into the sunset with a smaller smith smaller city, and leave his opponent's 2 meeples stranded into just 6 points. Looks like good block of restricting 3 meeples with 1 move into only 2 remaining dagger tiles. And of course, as a continuation of that, then it is totally legit idea for Mars to suck in the 3-pointer of Zeus, also grabs an additional point to the monastery. And now Mars does have a decision. Do you go over here? And do you now fill the square and try gunning for those 2 triple cities with a road? And indeed he does. And this is going to be certainly a very juicy 75%er if he manages to land them. And of course, the odds are that he will. Zeus, on the other hand, is going to be able, well, is likely going to be able to finish this smaller city over here. There are still plenty of Doritos remaining. Well, actually, are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, there are only 3 remaining actually, so not that plenty actually. And this is honestly not gonna make things better, given that now there's only one Dorito and the triple and the divider, which would be the best tiles that are gonna go into this square for Theus. Now the good news are that he does also have 3 cows or triple cities with a field to also fit into this square, but those would not be as great. And he has to, of course, go here and try and save his features. Still to those 2 remaining outs, from which Marian immediately fishes out 1. And honestly, I think if he goes here, it wouldn't even be bad. It would actually be quite decent. Because then Theus only has 1 tile to get these meeples out, and he can only get like a meeple out elsewhere from the monastery with a straight road. Well, I guess he can get like these guys out with like two crossroads, but then it's gonna be really annoying for Zeus to use stuff on that type of stuff. So Mars does value his monastery still, even though there is only 1 out remaining into this square, but it does kind of guard 3 of the yellow meeples. So there's a legit chance that that he might be able to just snatch himself the dagger, and also at the same time restrict this city of Erick into the 1 remaining starting tile. Dorito for Marian, not something that he can specifically do anything with, really, with only 1 meeple in hand. I think he will try to focus on making even more blocking here, perhaps, as he does, but the immediate response does come from Theus in the form of a vanilla, which blocks the 2 monasteries and the shared city, and is also still going to allow the completion of this city of Theus, although there are not many tiles that go there. This is the final starting tile that was just drawn. There are no daggers with the left-hand side curve, and well, there are 2 city crossroads, which Marian immediately takes away from Zeus and restricts the city to a triple city with a road, or to, I believe there's still 1 of these guys remaining, and it certainly is good enough for Zeus as he grabs a 7-point move here and is gonna be left with a nice ruin, because there are no more daggers of any kind now remaining, and a dagger would be needed over here. And Mars now gets his bank tile, which he sets out to do almost 20, maybe 30 tiles ago. Gets to finish his rather grand city for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24 points plus the 3 points extra for this small road here. And Theus is again in a very large pickle over here, because he's gonna have to start taking rather tremendous risk. He's minus 14 on the scoreboard with 3 meeples to nothing to play with, and Marian still has these two monasteries worth 16 points here versus the 6-point field. The road is shared. This one remaining divider is gonna be the grand tile for Theus to even try and do anything in this game now, I believe. So let's see, so minus 14 for Theus, minus 11, minus 5, this is equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1, minus 15, minus 10, minus 3, and 3 meeples to nothing on the hand of Marian, which he will be able to claim like a 6-point field and another 6-point field, and maybe pre-meeple this field in case Theus manages to draw the one remaining divider. So, and he does indeed draw the one remaining divider, but this will also mean that Marian will have a 9-point field to lay down to, and he immediately and most certainly will lay down on that field. The only question is from where, and I think a good idea would be maybe over here. Get the 9 points, and just to ensure that there are like no random field attacks through like a curve or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which there is actually still one remaining. Yeah, but like he's gonna have to take the field for sure. I think he was, still debating on whether he should be trying to block this city over here, but I honestly think that this is just better. Oh, and Theus forgets to even take the 2 points from the road. Oh, that... If he's gonna be losing by 2 points, then it's gonna be a really, 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 really sad moment. Just simply forgetting to take the extra points. Maybe he doesn't like his situation, but like, who gives? Like, you just take the 2 points and just play until the end. Even if you were down 1 billion points, but it honestly looks like the situation of Theus isn't even that bad. Like, he has a 12-point field versus a 9-point field. So that's plus 3. He's plus 8 on the scoreboard, so plus 11. This road is shared. And then there are these monasteries, which are 16, so Theus is minus 5, which he gets from here. He's plus 7. Theus is plus 7, and he has the meeple extra. And now that he forgot to take these 2 points, he could be even plus 9. Marian is going to have to attack this field to get a nice point haul of 12 points and some sort of a chance to actually win this game, because he does not have a good enough point scoring potential to do anything else. And he does attack. Theus grabs a 6-point field with additional city caps, from which there honestly might not be any additional city caps remaining, but who gives? He would be now like plus 13, and then if Mars connects, then then Erick is still going to be plus 1 and a meeple extra, and Theus has the starting player advantage, meaning that he can actually use both of his meeples. Mars goes for a 3-point field, anticipating probably this here tile. Actually, I don't know what he's anticipating with. No, actually, this is good because this just simply does not then allow Theus to go here or here to claim a 6-point monastery and then afterwards a 6-point field. So this looks like a very accurate move indeed. Theus instead is going to go here for 5 points. And does Marian get the connection? He does get the connection onto the field, but it will not be enough. Theus is still +3 ahead, even after this straight road, I believe, and he still has the meeple in hand. So he can go over here for 5 points. He can go over here for 5 points. He can pick his favorite way of taking 5 points, and he will be winning by 8 points. He will be equalizing this match, and we will be seeing a decider. Even though, even after this unfortunate 2-point mistake of Theus and a very dire looking situation in the mid game or in the early late game, with basically having no meeples for quite a while. Starting a city over here and using his final meeples onto this particular field over here to try and compensate for this city over here and to deny the farmer from Marian, which was very successful indeed, it seems. Yeah, 8-point difference for Theus, and he does equalize the scores. And I shall remind you that as a double elimination bracket, currently this is the winners bracket that we are seeing. So one loss does not eliminate you from the tournament. You will be relegated into the losers bracket, and if you lose in the losers bracket, then you will be out of the qualifiers, out of the tournament, and out of the CCL 2026 season. Something which I'm sure neither of these players is going to wish upon themselves, and going to be wishing that for their opponent with every inch of their soul. Mars finally does get his starting player advantage on the third game and on the decisive game, so what better than to be able to grab an extender and get the absolutely best starting tile in the game. Also getting a nice road here. And Theus, I have to say, rather unfortunate tile for Theus. A straight road, which he does really nothing with, is forced to do like self-restriction, because it's like the best out of the the best out of the bad moves that he had available to himself. Marian grabs a 5-point monastery, but also he does allow a 3-point road for Theus at the same time. Had maybe a potential to go here instead. To also go for the 5-point monastery. Even though he would be sharing this one square with the red monastery, but then he would like, at least he would not be allowing a road to form. Mars, yet another forced quad city, as we saw also in the previous game. Actually, Mars was in that as well, forced to place a quad city into his opponent's city. Although here it's going to be much more impactful for Mars than it was in the previous game. Well, impactful in a sense that it's way more harmful here for Theus than it was in the previous game. And here it does not this time allow any sort of immediate blocks of 3 yellow meeples. Theus gets the salvation with a very juicy tile actually. Gets to add a rodent indirectly to his road, and this square is now unblockable. Still 4 Doritos, 3 daggers, and also all 3 city crossroads remaining on this square. Now, the one small, tiny problem is that Theus also needs the same type of tiles onto this square over here. Practically the Doritos with a road and the city crossroads are the best type of tiles that Theus could be getting onto this square, and he's now starting to need City Plus road tiles into every single possible square that he could dream of. Here, 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 sometimes even here. And it's really not looking that juicy actually for Erick. Mars over 20 points ahead on the scoreboard as well. Has conquered up the field here, which is now worth 9 points currently. And he has the meeple advantage. Now, the meeples of Theus are like actually not in bad positions. They are rather easily recovered from here and from here. So the meeple advantage that Marian had, or yeah, Marian has, or should I say had, is going to be rectified from the perspective of Erick very, very soon, and now it has been done so. Mars grabs 2 points and is gonna try and do some well, let's say restrictions rather than blocking, because this square is unblockable. Though I think it would have been maybe slightly better even to just go here, take back your meeple, and get the meeple advantage on your side again. Marian goes for a second farmer, and at the same time is trying to block this square. Whoa. Feisty. Feisty stuff from Theus. Limits his city and road square to the 3. No, 2. Only 2 remaining. Wow. Only 2 remaining Doritos. This is really bad. Yeah, I do not like this at all. I think it's a major miss from Theus. I mean, he had let me think. He had 7 tiles to fit here. He had 3 daggers, 2 Doritos, and 2 city crossroads. And now he only has 2 tiles to fit into this square containing 2 meeples, from which one is still recoverable after the block that Marian did. Yeah, this is gonna be. It could be really, really painful. I mean, I think in the best case scenario, it's just gonna be like a long-ish wait for Erick to get this meeple back. And in the worst case scenario, like he just loses this 75% chance that he has to get a meeple back from here, and both of these meeples are gonna be staying here until the end of the game. Like if you're gonna be restricting your own meeples, then why not restrict them towards the dagger, which there was 3 remaining, even though it would like increase the size of the field, and it would allow the city cap to be left out there. Not a fan. Not a fan. Well, I suppose Theus is relying heavily on finishing some big features because he is, as we can see on the scoreboard, minus 25. And it is bad. It is really bad. But he is successfully going to be able to restrict this attack, well, to restrict this field attack of Marian into only one tile, which honestly should be in like good enough of a restriction for Theus given his situation and given that he doesn't really have the luxury of perhaps using almost any additional tiles for blocking purposes. Minus 25 on the scoreboard, no meeples in hand. His city gets attacked, and yeah, he's heavily relying on getting a meeple back from here, getting a meeple back from here, then probably also has to at some point go for a second farmer onto this field, which is going to be 12 points after the finishing of this city right here, and 12 points for one meeple is going to be significant, but it might not be significant enough, although these features on the board are looking rather nice. They are conjuring up a lot of points for Theus. But the issue is that they are mostly features that need the same types of tiles. City tiles, city tiles, city tiles. Maybe city tiles if Mars sees fit to restrict this monastery. And about this, I am surprised that Mars does not go even for the restriction of this city. Because to me it seemed like it would have been a good idea to go here and to force Theus to need the same types of tiles to different places, like maybe even a city plus road tile over here, definitely over here, then over here, and in some cases even over here if things are bad enough. Zeus grabs his meeple back. Now 3 meeples to 1 in hand, 2 points ahead of the scoreboard. Also, this was very much a key tile because this was the final dagger that Marian had left to fit into this square. And well, hold up just a second now, because the situation of Theus is starting to look a little more brighter by the second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for this road meeple, which is equalized by this ruin here. And then plus 3 extra for Theus, so plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, plus 1, minus 4. Theus is minus 10, but 2 extra meeples and still a chance, I think, to get this meeple back. I think there's still 1 road Dorito remaining in the deck, though he's gonna need that road Dorito like very soon, because otherwise this just doesn't do anything for him, because he will be left with a meeple surplus. Like he has to start using his meeples. And there is also this problematic square right here, which Marian is certainly very thirsty, very, very thirstily trying to be looking to use. Marian Courageous with the shielded cow. Yeah, over here I reckon. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, but I think like we've seen the style of Marian, like he seemingly does like to sacrifice some points to delay the meeple recovery of his opponent's meeples, and I think it's justified enough. Monastery tile still remaining, could be decisive. Yeah, well, not just the monastery, but just the field attack that's gonna be very much alive here, and one which one which Marian is not going to be afraid to use, though he's not going to be using it with this tile because it's 7 points, but this will allow a possibility for Theus to grab a tile, go over here, and he will immediately go over here, drop a farmer, and now even sets up the evil hamster spot for himself to use to both connect to the 12-point field and to grab just an 8-point monastery or even a 9-point monastery, because he might even just get a unification tile here before that. And Mars is gonna be certainly looking for a way to equalize that field, because 12 points plus the monastery is gonna be such a massive amount of points that the lead of Marian is not gonna be enough to actually help Marian to survive. It's gonna the road monastery is gonna be a key tile, as it is in no, as it often is. I would even dare to say that the road monastery is statistically the the most the keyest tile in most games to end up with a winning coin flips. Even though I don't have any sort of statistics to back up on that claim, but it just feels like Road Monastery is just that type of tile that is the most likely to decide the fate of so many games. And Marian doesn't go for a farmer, but he has something in mind. So what Marian is doing is he's trying to, well, he's kind of trying to crawl this 9-point farmer into this 12-point field, because he's gonna try to get a tile over here, and when the road monastery is drawn, maybe even like even by Theus or by Marian, then it's gonna be going over here. Well, with the expectation that this square has been filled by then, because if Marian draws the road monastery before anything has arrived into this square, then I think Marian will just go over here for 6 points, and he will for sure try to still block this square right here. Theus goes for a farmer, does he? Oh, he does go for a farmer. But now he won't be able to get points for the monastery. But it's actually... this is starting to be intense now, is it? Is just unifying this farmer onto the field enough for Theus? I don't think it is. And Marian, honestly, this might even be the final curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Marian could even go over here now and drop a farmer on the outside, because then the only tile that goes over here or over here is the road monastery, and it will guarantee that Marian will also be getting his second farmer onto the field, and he will even have 3 points extra if he just draws that that road monastery himself. Like, I think this is just the move. This has to be the move, no? Like, it's... It just gotta be. Marian is plus 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 18, 14, and he does go for it. And just in time as Theus does indeed draw the road monastery, but he will not be getting the amount of benefit from it as he would like to get. He's going to be getting 3 points from it, but it will be nowhere near enough to cover the lead of Marian. Plus 2, plus 7, plus 3, plus 9, plus 7, plus 10, plus 12, plus 7, plus 4, plus 13, plus 10. Plus 10 for Marian. After this, plus 7. And Theus only has 2 tiles left. Well, actually, never mind. Theus still has a chance, no? Maybe. Like, if he gets this final Road Dorito, gets the meeple back and 4 points, then maybe he can go over here and meeple a road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are still 2 Kermit tiles remaining. Which doesn't seem right, though. 1, 2, 3. No, there is. There's a dagger of some sort. Mars also does not have a tile to score, but he does get a meeple back, and this is unfortunately going to be it for Theus, because this extra meeple for Marian to score will surely be enough to counteract anything that Theus could be doing. And Theus needs the Road Dorito now. He needs it now to score with his final tile, and he does not get it, and this is going to be all that Theus wrote. Although he might have found a teeny tiny loophole. Oh, he has found a tremendous loophole, actually. Because there is still 1 dagger with the left-hand side curve remaining, which will go over here, and it will actually force Marian to then go over here with the road triangle, and to basically give 6 points to Theus, and to settle for these 4 points of the road. Yes, indeed, because there is no there is not even a 5-point monastery spot available, so it doesn't matter if Mars goes over here, or just takes the road, because Theus is going to either get the road Dorito and go over here, or the dagger and go over here, and force Mars to go over here. And yeah, it's going to be a minus 6-point move for Marian, basically, because this is just practically 0, right? Because it's never going to be because Red will never be maintaining the lead, but he will get to take this point for the field of yellow. But yeah, it was certainly a nice find there for Theus with the straight road, forcing the hand of Marian in case of the dagger, and 9 points is the difference. So let us actually see if the points are scored, let's say instead of the straight road, instead of the straight road, Theus gets the road Dorito, goes over here, 4 points, gets a meeple back, and then with this tile, he goes over here, gets the 4-point road and the 6 points. Then it's it's still only 8 additional points for Theus. It's still not enough, which I guess means that there was no win for Theus after this tile right here for Mars. But well, there was certainly a chance of a win with the right tile sequence, all the way until all the way until Theus played the Road Monastery. So what needed to happen for Theus in order for him to win was he needed to draw the Road Dorito on his very next move because he only had 2 tiles remaining. And then he needed to avoid Marian drawing this tile. Basically, he needed, basically Theus needed to draw this tile himself, or he needed Marian to draw this tile on his very last move, in order for Marian to not get the meeple back and to not be able to score for the monastery. And what are the odds of that? So like, basically he needs to immediately avoid this tile. So it's like, well, yeah. So after the road monastery, Theus needs to avoid Marian drawing the road to Rito or this. So that's 3 out of 5. So yeah, 3 out of 5 times 1 out of 4 for Theus. So that's a 15% chance already. And 15% times times, I guess, 1 in 3, so 5%. And then I guess, yeah, 2 out of 2. So like, yeah. So with my math, a 5% chance for Theus to win after the Road Monastery, which is not nothing, but it's really bad. Okay, we are getting smacked with some Portuguese in the chat, um, which unfortunately I am not able to understand. um, but but I can understand roughly the the second one, which is, you know, something. Congratulations to Marian. Okay, let's mock up the scores to be somewhat responsible, and then let's take a little look-see at the potential opponents of both of these players. So, Qualis Q1 Group A. So, Marian will be heading into the upper semi-finals over here, and he'll be getting as their opponent either Guilherme Neves or or Cornelius Kestutis from one. I have again forgotten like which one was the what was the surname of Kestutis? Like was it Cornelius or was it Kestutis? uh, I'm gonna go with Cornelius, but because it sounds more like a surname. But if someone has the has the knowledge and the energy to correct me if needed, then please do. And then uh, Theus is gonna be relegated into the losers bracket, and he will, as far as I know, as far as I've seen and interpreted the other brackets, he will be also getting his opponent from the same pairing between Clovia and Kurkestutis, and he's gonna be certainly having a pretty rough time as he needs to now win not 3 but 4 matches in a row. Meanwhile, Marian is of course bettering his chances. Now needs to, well, only win the semi-finals and the upper final to qualify straight into the main stage. So congratulations to Marian Curcan, and best of luck to Theus in the losers bracket. For the future matches, I think the next ones that we'll be streaming are going to be on the weekend. Yes, let's take a look at this. So today is 20, well, kind of 25th, Tuesday. So Friday is 28th. So let's see what we have here. 28th is Friday, so before that we have Death Dinner Reparation, but I think I will not be able to cover this as I think I will be doing a bit of studying at that time. But later on, timings like these, Saturday at 2100, UTC plus 2, are gonna be very much fine for me. Sunday at the same time looks wonderful as well, and maybe we'll have even a double stream. Honestly, I like on Thursday I might actually just hop off from my from my studies a little bit a bit earlier, or just start them earlier on the day, um, just because I do want to try and cover every single match of Nopasaki as I can, because I am a very uh, a very Finnish patriotic streamer, of course. Very coincidentally. But yeah, for now, probably I'm fully expecting the next stream to be a Fanatical Lime 93 versus Nopasaki on Thursday, 27th November at 1700 UTC, and then well, I guess on the same day some later matches. So maybe Thursday next streams, and then otherwise on the weekend. But mostly as a default for the weekend is gonna be the streaming days for the CCL qualifiers. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in all the way until the end. And if you did enjoy this type of Carcassonne content and would like to see more of it, then there is an easy way to support the channel by subscribing or by simply liking or the stream, or by leaving a comment if you are watching this later. Bye for now.